Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. If you can put a one in the chat, if you can hear me, I would greatly appreciate that. I want to make sure I'm heard and before I start, because I've been known to start and nobody can hear me. What's up, Sincere Saida, Ashton 1.0, Leslie, Lena Pretty Brown Eyes. I beg day and night, no shame. Face Yaya, what's going on, girl? Miss Keisha H, RNYTV. Okay, Truth and Reason, J Truth, thank you for being here. Voodoo, long time no see, Marvelous Me. Okay, who else did I miss? Stephanie Rose, Dr. April. Nice to see you, April. Linda B, thank you for coming. Jill Comfort Zone, Love Blake, Gwen Jones. Um, Styles by Tisa. Demetra, hey girl, hey. Tanya Jones, thank you for joining me. Love Blake. Marvelous Me, did I speak? I hope I spoke. Okay, that's who I see so far. Very Carrie, I saw that you were here and you'll be back. A snack and a meal. Thank you for joining me. Cheryl Burnett, thank you for being here. Chakra King. All right. So that's who I see who has shown up thus far. And I really appreciate you guys for coming and joining me for another live. Jay Parrish, how you doing? Okay. So, um, Bird, Purple Peach, how you doing? UNC girl, bad weave. UNC girl, I need to know if I can play a portion of your video. Let me know in the chat, please. Dr. LaShonia, how you doing? Francis Thibodeau, hello. Gwen Jones, Lue, how you doing? UNC, I mean, you got to chill. Okay, low pressure, what's going on? Okay, so let's get started. I'm outside with my people. I check in when I get back home. You'll check it. Okay, I get you. I got you. Okay. Is that youngest sibling? Youngest? I think that's youngest sibling. Hey, meanwhile, okay, let's get to it. Anybody I didn't speak? Uh, Peaches, how you doing? I think I got everybody. Okay, that's it. Okay, I spoke to Francis. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to start my commentary right now. And first of all, I wanted to kind of talk about the fact that it's the first time in history that we have a sitting president who may actually wind up having more mugshots than people over here in the beef sector. As you know, Donald Trump was indicted on 38 counts of um, conspiracy, and they also charged him with the RICO charge. So it seems like they're trying to put him away for a very, very long time. And I don't know if you guys have any type of reaction to that, or you guys want to move on. Um, get them. Yeah, exactly. Okay, lock them up. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Hey, Toya Abstract, how are you? Okay, 38. Yes, 38 counts. And they're also trying to get him on RICO charges. And some of the charges are really kind of baffling because they gave him multiple chances to get these top secret letters that he had taken from the White House in something like 24 boxes of top secret letters and things that he was not supposed to have, that he had no clearance to take. And they gave him so much time, so many opportunities to return it. He pushed his lawyers forward and to lie and say that they had returned everything that he had. All the while, his hand was on, he had a valet. His valet, he and his valet are the only two people charged in these counts. He had his valet moving these boxes. The boxes were stored in such unsecure places. They were stored in bathrooms. They were stored in bedrooms. In one of the stage areas where they had parties and things like that, they were stored behind the curtains where anybody could have walked up to these top secret papers and gone through them, stolen them, or anything. And some of the things that were in these top secret paperwork were defense and weapons capability of the United States and other countries. This is some of the things that he had just laying all over the place. Nuclear programs, vulnerable the vulnerabilities of U.S. and the allies against foreign attacks. Also, he also had the planned attack that General Malley wanted to perform on Iraq. These are the things that he just had lying around his house willy nilly. So he's also they're also still investigating him on in Washington D.C. They have a case that's he already has been charged in New York City. They also have a case that is probably set to drop or decided to if they're going to indict in Georgia for interfering with the election sometime in July or early August. And then there's also the case of the January 6th thing. This guy who brought these 38 indictments, he is still further investigating that January 6th thing. And his chief of staff, Donald Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, has made an agreement and he's cut a deal because he was the go-to guy. He was in the know. So it looks like somebody's going to turn on Donald Trump. So it looks like our former president will have quite a few mugshots, and I think he may give a few people in the beef sector a run for their money. It's like crazy. Okay, so let me see what you guys have to say about that. Wasting taxpayers' money. Unfortunately, nothing will happen to 45. Okay, well, yeah, we'll see. I am really hoping that it doesn't turn out that way. I hate to feel optimistic because, all this time I was like, what is taking them so long to do an investigation? What is taking them so long? But they said that the indictment was a worded indictment. It just didn't have like charges or, uh, obstruction, falsifying documents, and all this type of stuff. It was like a storied indictment to help you be able to read and follow along with where they were going in the indictment and what exactly that they were going to charge him with and the reasons why they had we're going to charge him with these things. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I understand. Hey, viewers of you. Hey, J Truth. Hey, Billy G. Okay, so what are you guys saying? He's definitely gonna give the beef sector a run for his money. Yeah, he really is. So that's what I had in regards to Donald Trump. I also have something I want to talk about. Three cases. I wonder, did you guys hear about? I'm pretty sure you guys may have heard about the case of the 11-year-old who called the cops for help in Mississippi because his mother and her boyfriend were having a fight early in the morning. And then when the police came, they ordered everybody out of the house. This 11-year-old kid was on his way out of the house with his hands up, and he got shot in the chest by the police that he called to help his family. He did survive, but he no longer wants to be a police officer. And they are calling right now for this officer to be charged. I'm going to share my screen with you. And unfortunately, this is actually a black man who shot him. The officer was actually a black man, but we know that police officers are, taught to treat black people a certain kind of way. And the thing about it is, when you look at this kid, it's like, how did this officer even think that this kid was an adult? This is the officer who shot him, and this is the 11-year-old who was shot in the chest, lung collapsed, and other serious injuries. And he was shot like he was a man. He came out with his hands up. So this is was one of the stories that is going on in Mississippi that I wanted to talk to you guys about and see what you guys thought about this. And here's another story that also happened in Mississippi. A 15-year-old boy was shot by an ex-police officer who the 15-year-old was visiting his girlfriend who was the police officer's daughter. When the ex-police officer came home, he broke and run because it said that he had been told not to come over there anymore. But so when he broke and run, he was climbing over a fence in the backyard, and that ex-police officer shot him in the back and killed him. Of course, the daughter and the ex-police officer were white, and this 15-year-old was black. They still have not charged this ex-police officer, nor have they arrested this man. So, have you guys heard about that story? And what do you guys think about that? Yeah, and and people, and like the people who beat in Memphis, who beat that black man to death, those were five black cops. So it's not like you're safe if you have a black cop. I mean, these people are out here shooting and killing black kids, black people for no reason. They are not the judge, jury, and executioner, but this is what is going on in our neighborhoods. And of course, I'm going to screen share this one last story that I have. And this story is about the young lady who was shot. Okay, hold on. Okay, the Florida woman who was shot and killed. Um, this woman went to her neighbor's door, and a black woman went to her neighbor's door. Excuse me, commercial, and to talk to her because this 56-year-old woman always called the cops. She had a 2-year history of calling the cops, harassing these black kids who were playing in an empty field next to her apartment, as if this was her property. She made complaints. The police have logs of her complaint saying that they're taking up her personal space, but this was not her property. So this one day, she gets mad and she starts throwing things at him. She threw a skate and hit one kid in the toe, and then she took his iPad and threw it at him. And they went to knock on her door. The little kids went to knock on her door, and she shooed them away with an umbrella. So then they went and got their mom after the 10-year-old got hit in the toe with a roller skate. That's child abuse. You can't even do that to your own child. They did not charge this lady with child abuse. So the mother went to the door and she knocked on the door, and the woman shot her in the chest through the door and killed her in front of her 10-year-old. Now her 10-year-old son is feeling so guilty that he told his mother about what happened. And the 11-year-old son is feeling so guilty because he could not do CPR proper properly to save his mother. So now you have these two children who are wounded behind a fool with a gun, and they gave her bond. They did not even charge her with murder. They gave her a $154,000 bail. That's what they gave her. So I am like, do you think that I'm going to pretend like colorism is the biggest thing that we as black people are facing out here in America? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because it's some real things going on out here in America. Colorism is one, but colorism is not killing us. Colorism is not shooting us. Colorism is not doing any of those things to us. Okay, so let me see what you get. I've heard of all these incidents. I'm sorry. I lost that. Okay. I heard of all these incidents. My husband is a news junkie. Yes, yeah, it's a whole lot of stuff going on. That poor child is traumatized, heartbreaking. Yes, the child is left traumatized. I wanted to fight the policeman's son so bad, but my boy good now. I just don't want him out here by himself. I can't trust them. You can't. You really can't. So yeah. Yes, they gave her manslaughter, not murder. Fired through the door. She could call the police all the other times when kids was out there playing in the yard, but this time she had to shoot through the door. She is not eligible for stand your ground because even though Florida is a stand your ground state, she's not eligible to say that she was standing her ground because she shot through the door. So these are some of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. So now let's get to let's get to hey kind to me. Hey Miss Toby, how you doing? Hi all the smoke. So let's get to the fuck shit of the beef sector. Okay. So I'm gonna drop my link. If anybody want to come up, you're more than welcome to join me. Let me copy and paste my link. 1 second, please. Hey viewers review. Hey hey Trey, how you doing? Oh shit, I lost it. Hold on, let me drop it again. Okay, here's the link. If any, sorry, if anybody want to come up, you're more than welcome to hit the panel. But I'm gonna play a couple of videos for you guys. So let's keep it real. Okay, I have defended that the clown shit that I have seen done to Miss O behind the colorism situation. So this is gonna be I'm not going to say this is going to be my last time talking about colorism, but this is going to be the last time I discuss colorism surrounding the Misso. Period. She's on her own. Okay, so I have talked about this colorism situation, had a panel about the whole colorism situation. V. Lenore got pissed off at me. We're cool now, but V. Lenore got highly pissed off at me when we were having this conversation about colorism. I spoke about this colorism situation. So we're on Brianna's panel one day talking about 7 stars. 7 stars is what we were talking about. And I was already on the panel and we're conversing about 7 stars. And Nina's on the panel as well. So then somebody somehow police racial profiling came up. And how it came up is there was somebody in Pizarro's chat called named Rodney King. And Pizarro interrupted our conversation and said, Rodney King, who is that? I don't know who Rodney King is. So I'm going to let you listen to this whole, I'm going to let you listen to exactly what happened. Some of you guys were there. But see, Nina is out here spinning a narrative that something was done to her on this panel. Nina sat there and had a conversation that she lost badly and looked like a fool for saying the dumb shit that she said. And then the next day, I'm on Very Carey's panel, me and Jess Andrea. Jess Andrea was on that initial panel as well when this conversation happened. So we're over on Very Carey's having a pleasant time, minding our business, doing what we do. And then here comes Nina up on a ruse like she wanted to say something to Jess Andreas. And people are saying that I did not know who Rodney King was. And the narratives are being spin. And my words are being turned around. No, bitch, you lost the motherfucking argument because you're a dumb bitch. That's what happened. You lost the argument because you was talking some bullshit. And you lost the argument. You were made to look like a fool because you sound foolish in the bullshit you were saying. That's exactly what happened. So she comes over to Very Carey and positioned herself once again. Oh, Ronnie Q's a bully, and she bullied me, and it was disgusting what she did, and she bullied me. And I said, Carey, play the tape. The tape is up. And she act like she said I didn't know who Rodney King was. And she came on the panel just to attack me. Everything that she said in Very Carey's chat was easily and simply disproven by playing the tape. And so let me hear you. Let me let you hear this dumb bitch and some of the bullshit that she was saying out of her mouth. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me share my screen with you. I'm going to let you hear with your own ears what that cunt went over to Very Carey and said. And then I'm going to let you hear the actual conversation that was had on Bree's channel. So I'm going to let me put up my fair use banner. I'm playing this fair use to for educational purpose to teach a bitch to don't try to come out here and fucking lie and act like something happened that did not happen. Uh, Very Carey, do you mind if I use a portion of your video? Can you let me know? Okay, here we go. Okay, can you guys see? Let me make sure. Yeah, you guys see my stream. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Put a one in the chat if you can hear clearly.
My grandmother calls that yardbird. They call it that in Mississippi too.
Hold on one
And so
second.
there's so little put into the public. Your words aren't spelled. And so there's so little put into the public school. So and the we have gone through Trump era and the parenting today, it doesn't seem like, who let their kids just, do whatever and have an unstructured environment for learning. That is what I'm putting out. Of course, that is not all Black families. There are some exceptional Black families, but unfortunately, they go to subpar schools, where the concentration is.
So this conversation is going on. This conversation was going on when Nina hit the panel. This conversation was not stimulated, generated, had anything to do with Nina and anything she has going on. See, because Nina is a one-trick pony. And Nina, see, what type of person always like to play Black people like they're stupid, like they're uneducated, like they don't have information? Nina is a one-trick pony that can only talk about one topic, and therefore she hates the fact that I am multifaceted in my education and I can speak clearly and concisely about a whole lot of topics that affect Black people in the Black race. So I was talking about schooling. Okay.
To get into these for-profit schools on vouchers, school vouchers and things like that. And so there's so little put into the public school. So, and the curriculum with all these standardized tests and things like that don't have a cohesive learning plan where they're teaching more to pass these standardized tests is another problem that I see in our education system. So I'm not saying all United States Black kids don't concentrate on education, but they are really they have a lot on their plate to compete. You understand?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Nina.
Okay, I'm back. I'm having some connections problems, but hello, panel. I wanted to speak directly to Andrea because are you there, Andrea?
I'm here, Nina. I'm here.
Sweetheart, I know that our exchange was weird, and it might have, you said earlier that you were shocked at some things. Well, this is another narrative that I want to clarify. Just like you told Black people to go pick cotton, which has never been said. I have never said that I didn't know that there was police brutality. I never said that I didn't know who Rodney King was. I was told that that narrative has been spun. I never said that I didn't know what the riots, the LA riots were about. I never said that. I always said that I did. I never said that I didn't know that there was police brutality. None of this ever happened. What I said was in 2020, when there's even people who said that I didn't know who George Floyd was. That literally just happened, and I would have to be dead not to know who George. So there's these narratives being spun, and when I went up there, it was a heated exchange. There were 3 or 4 people coming at me at once, and I was trying to explain things. My words were being turned around, twisted. It's almost as if nobody could comprehend the things that I was saying. And it's not that I didn't know that there was police brutality. I just knew that in 2020, that's when it hit me the hardest, right? It hit me the hardest because we had gone through Trump era, and police were killing a Black man in broad daylight, and the whole world turned upside down. And at that time, it was like, whoa. And I get it that other people were way more advanced than me, but that particular incident touched me, it changed me. That's all I said. I never said anything else. I never said that I didn't understand that police target Black people. My family has always told me just don't be around anything, right? Just avoid everything. Pretty much keep your focus on whatever you need to focus on, but not, this and that. Still, even with that, I'm sure that I could have been targeted. Thankfully, I was not. That's it. I never minimized that your fear that your son was going to be is targeted and that people in your family were targeted. None of that. I never said anything of this. So and I still hear people talking about how I didn't know who Rodney King was, how I didn't know what the LA riots were. And how could you not know what the LA riots were? It was a dramatic this and that and whatever. And I'm not going to say too much of myself, but when you come from a family who's seen war, a few days of riots is not as big as you think, right? It's like, it's not. Right. But when you've seen blood in the streets, like literally hundreds and hundreds of people, then yes, to that family, they're thinking, okay, well, at least it's not war.
Well, your trauma is different from people's trauma who've seen people shot down in the street. Your trauma does not negate the traumas that other people have.
Yeah, we just have different traumas. I mean, we've seen our Black neighborhoods burned down. Okay. And so I'm
countries. And I get it. And I get that. And I sympathize with that. I empathize with that. I don't minimize that. But please don't twist my words into thinking that I'm ignorant enough to not know historical events.
Okay, so right there. So who twists her words? Who twists her words? She tried to come in and equate something that we had not discussed, tried to talk about wars and things. Wars in other countries was not the topic. So once again, she tried to position herself as a victim and someone twisting her words. Where was the twisting of her words? I'll let her continue.
Back, Ronnie Q. You wanted to believe what you wanted to believe. Not only you, it's not. Right. But when you've seen blood in the streets, like literally hundreds and hundreds of people, then yes, to that family, they're thinking, okay, well, at least it's not war.
Well, your trauma is different from people's trauma who've seen people shot down in the street. Your trauma does not negate the traumas that other people have.
Yeah, we just have different traumas. I mean, we've seen our Black neighborhoods burned down. Okay. And so
countries. And I get it. And I get that. And I sympathize with that. I empathize with that. I don't minimize that. But please don't twist my words into thinking that I'm ignorant enough to not know historical events. I'm not a genius, but at least I know
she didn't even
events.
Speak on historical events.
No.
You're arguing
I'm not
something
talking.
That was not said on here. You're arguing something that was not said on here. You're talking about what
I'm not arguing with you either. You attempted to twist my words, and you may be attempting to do that again. I told you over and over again that I knew who Rodney King was. I told you over and over again that yes, you did. Go back, Ronnie Q. You wanted to believe what you wanted to believe. Not only you, but Cruiser, whoever, and who. No, that's not true. You just.
Okay, so there you have it. I said that she did not know who Rodney King was. Me and Cruiser. We told her she didn't know who Rodney King was.
Okay. You attempt to be an intellectual bully. You do not want to see people's side of things. You create narratives.
I do not want to see people's sides of things. I create narratives. So I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit. I'm also gonna drop the link to this video. You guys can peruse it for yourself. So you hear her say that, I don't want to hear her out. And I said she didn't know who Rodney King was.
Can you guys have a conversation?
she's all in her feelings about a conversation. She's all mad. I mean, about a conversation. She cannot converse with somebody unless they agree with her. And then it's all out.
That's not true. That's not true. You literally twisted my words.
What narrative?
You are one of the people that twisted my narratives. You literally said that I didn't know. You said that I didn't know who Rodney King was.
You said I didn't know who Rodney King is. Okay, look. So okay, let's go.
It's Brianna's, by the way.
Which one?
Brianna.
It's. I think it's
It was
Pizarro's.
yesterday on Brianna.
It was
No, it's
Brianna.
Brianna's. It's Brianna's.
So now I say, okay, we ain't got to argue about this. Play the tape. So let's get to the tape playing of it all.
I mean, she just wants to argue.
Anyways,
about
look,
Because I'm being.
I'm not as down as you. What does watching the news and seeing something that is broadcast on national news have to do with being down with anything?
Okay.
These were.
Go ahead, Andrea.
Okay, I'm telling you, and I had to.
Oh,
And when you do be quiet, when you are,
How did we
But
get
cannot-
here?
and you're over there saying a lubricant is an emollient.
So we're still waiting on the tape to be played, and she's all arguing in her feelings. And the proof is finna slap this dumb bitch in her face, and she's gonna be silent.
same person. You think one? He can't.
I know who Rodney King is. I don't know if you guys can hear. I didn't expect. Oh Lord, I don't like when you guys fight, but okay, let's see what's going on here.
I think has something to do with a mixture of the two. Of
Is the audio okay?
That gives it the lower risk factor genetically. I don't know.
It's okay.
I can hear it.
Okay.
Okay, although I don't know who that is neither. Who is Rodney King? You don't know who Rodney King is? The one in the chat or the real one?
I know who Rodney King is.
Right. I was like, you don't know who Rodney King is? Who was beaten by the police officers in LA, like the big. That's why the riots happened. Trial the first. Yeah, and he said, "Can't we all just get along?" You don't remember?
Now, Pizarro was the one who did not know who Rodney King was. Let's go on.
Oh, hold on. You guys are saying it's too low. Dang, using StreamYard makes your phone back to low.
J Truth.
Hold on, I'm gonna play it. Let me.
What's up, girl?
Okay, hold on one second.
I'm chilling. Just play it.
1 second, guys. It runs your battery down so quickly. I'm on my phone. Hold on.
Baby.
Right.
Is this better?
Okay, so about the whole, what did she say, autism gene? So the genetics does take part in it. 40 to 80%. I'm looking at it. They're saying genetics, age, if you have complications during birthing process or pregnancy. But genetics is a 40 to 80% chance of it if you have siblings who are.
So we're not talking about anything racial, but Pizarro brings it up right now.
It is more likely that the genetic trait will be transferred to other siblings if they have it, and that's just basically it, I guess. So it could be, I guess. So maybe
Can you pause it?
it's just a way.
Okay, so right there, we're talking about the autism trait that 7 Stars said that her ex-boyfriend was a part of. So right there, I'm on the panel. So Nina says that I came up on the panel to argue with her. I'm already on the panel. Therefore, there was no coming up on the panel to argue with Nina. Point 1 proven.
Okay. And in that first recording, you heard Ronnie Q ask Pizarro. So you don't know about Rodney King either? I don't know about it, and she doesn't know about it.
Oh, okay. So let's hear. You guys just heard me, and you heard me say to Pizarro, but we're gonna replay this again for this dumb bitch.
Either.
This dumb lying bitch.
Was the only one said that.
First recording, you heard Ronnie Q ask Pizarro. So you don't know about Rodney King either? Meaning, I don't know about it, and she doesn't know about it. The whole conversation was, and then there I come giving details of Rodney King so that you would understand. Yes, I do.
Replay that, Carrie, because I did not say that. I did not say either.
Okay,
Pizarro was the only one that
9 minutes. So
Pizarro was the only one who said she didn't know who Rodney King was, and everybody on the panel was shocked. There was no
Pizarro,
either.
I know who Rodney King is, Pizarro.
Replay it. You won't hear no
Go
either.
ahead and play it. Hold on.
She worked it, but genetically it could have an effect. 40 to 80% of people who have it. So that's where she needs to do more research just in case. But she said there's some kids who do have it of his and some who don't, I think. So quite possibly, I think it has something to do with a mixture of the two of the parents, and possibly that gives it the lower risk factor genetically. I don't know.
Okay,
Although I don't know who that is neither. Who is Rodney King?
you don't know who Rodney King is?
The one in the chat or the real one?
Can't we all just get along?
Right.
You don't know who Rodney King is? Who was beaten by the police officers in LA, like the big.
That's why the riots happened.
Trial
I think it was
first
89.
Yeah, and he said, can't we all just get along?
You don't remember?
Yeah, there was a video that was released in the late 80s, and then the riots happened a few years later.
I'm surprised that Pizarro go down the rabbit hole, but she didn't.
Like 92,
But she didn't find out. She didn't find out who Rodney
I
King
think the
was
riots
down the
were
rabbit hole.
92, 93.
No, I didn't down the rabbit hole for Rodney King.
Okay, so now she's now after it's played and it's clear that I did not say either. Look who has disappeared from the panel like a motherfucking shameless, shameful rat that she is. Look who falls off the panel all of a sudden when she insists that I said either to include her motherfucking lying stank ass. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go a little further on this. She's gonna pop up, but her phone is dying. I'm gonna go through this, speed it up a little bit to get through this because there's a whole lot of arguing and bullshit from this lying ass piece of trash.
Child.
Or pregnancy. But genetics is a 40 to 80% chance of it. If you have siblings who are, it is more likely that the genetic trait will be transferred to other siblings if they have it. And that's just basically that, I guess. So it could be like that. So maybe it's just the way she worded it, but genetically it could have an effect. 40 to 80% of people have it. So that's where she needs to do more research just in case. But she said there's some kids who do have it of his and some who don't, I think. So quite possibly, I think it has something to do with a mixture of the two of the parents, and possibly that gives it a lower risk factor genetically. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know who that is neither. Who's Rodney King?
You don't know who Rodney King is?
The one in the chat or the real one?
This is the third time. The third plane.
Who was beaten by the police officers in LA, like the big.
That's why the riots happened.
Trial
I think it was
first
89.
Yeah, and he said, can't we all just get along?
You don't remember?
Yeah, there was a video that was released.
Yeah, Rodney
in the
King, you
late
were
80s,
asking
and then
Pizarro
the
if she
riots
doesn't know
happened
who
a few
Rodney
years
King
later.
I'm surprised.
So Pizarro said she doesn't know who it is.
Like
But she didn't find out. She didn't find out who Rodney
I
King
think the
was
riots
down the
were
rabbit hole.
92.
Okay, so once again, that was the third playing of it, but look who's gone after the second playing. After she insists, I said it.
Let me go look him up.
Okay, I'm gonna fast
So,
forward. It's a
Can
lot.
you pause it for a second?
Can
Can you pause it for a second? So, in fact, nobody said you don't know who Rodney King
Thank
is either. Nobody said that. And in fact, me and Nina was agreeing on what year the riot happened. You heard me say when she said, yeah, the riot happened. I said, yeah, 93, yeah. And so we're conversing about Rodney King. So she came on here and said that I made it seem like she didn't know who Rodney King was. She's a liar. She wants to position herself to be victim. Continue. I'm on mute. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you asked if
Okay, let me see what you guys are talking about the chat. You guys probably know all this. And she comes back to accuse me of some other bullshit that didn't happen on the tape that you're not gonna see happen on the tape.
Is that you, Nina?
It's me.
Okay. All right. So
It's
did you
me.
hear that part on Nina where Ronnie Q
I heard that part. Yes, I thought she said either.
I heard
There's a whole video. I know that.
I heard that part. I thought she said either, but there's a whole video. She's still victimized. I heard that part, but not. Oh, excuse me. I apologize for lying on you. I apologize for thinking that you said some shit. I apologize for bringing my dumb ass up on the panel on a ruse to act like I wanted to ask just Andrea something to fucking accuse you about some shit you never said. Because I'm a dumb bitch.
When we start going back and forth.
Which part?
Now she wants to fast forward it. No, we're going to play it all the way through, bitch. Here we go. All right. We finna play this all the way through.
Started off with Pizarro saying she didn't know. You know, Ronnie Q said, you don't know who Rodney King is. and she was telling about what happened. You both started agreeing. Andrea was there agreeing, and Jay Dunn was even coming in at some points to tell some of the.
Isn't that like I said? Not like what Nina said. Nina said I tried to imply that she didn't know either. Okay,
just
so
keep going.
Right?
Keep going.
Let's sit here and lie, but the major incidents that were.
Hold on, I think I went back to. I gotta make sure I stick to where I stopped.
Watching that video because that was a horrific video.
Things were covered nationally on the national news in a big way. Walter Scott.
Yeah, Pizarro, I think you're not black either because Nina didn't know anything about George Floyd, and you're not black either. How can I not know about you?
So I heard Ronnie Q said in a joking manner, well, Pizarro, you're not black either because you didn't know about Rodney King, and Nina didn't know about George Floyd. So I'm assuming you guys were talking about George Floyd before the timestamp that I got. Is that it?
Keep listening. You understand why she said that. Keep listening.
No, this was fresh in the conversation. There was no previous talk about George Floyd.
Wow, I missed a lot. It probably is a good thing I didn't watch this thing. Hold on, let me go back. Nina, I dropped the link again. She fell off. Let's keep going.
George Floyd, it happened to this whole country. Like, I don't live under a rock.
No. When you said something about you didn't know about George, there was something about you.
What I said was I didn't understand the level of brutality. That I hadn't seen anything like that. Like it really hit me harder than anything has ever hit me because it was so brutal. But you know about Rodney King? Yes, I do, but he wasn't killed. And then somebody mentioned Rodney King, and then somebody mentioned Rodney King, and it's not that I didn't know about Rodney King. You have to understand that in '89 when that happened, it happened, and then the riots happened in '92, '93, and people were still talking about racial profiling as if it wasn't real, right? At least in the major, like in the mass media. People.
Rodney King. I got you, Peaches. Rodney King is the reason why OJ took off in the Bronco. OJ took off in the Bronco. When he was driving that Bronco and he wasn't letting the police get his ass, it was because he was scared because he saw what happened to Rodney King. Hell no, y'all! I'm sorry.
Hold on, let me just finish real quick. Because they've been accusing me of this. It's not about Eric Gardner. Eric Gardner died before George Floyd. Eric Gardner. I knew that. I knew that on tape as well. He did that. I knew about this. With a chokehold put across his neck. Yes, but you don't understand how, in mass media, how George Floyd was covered as opposed to Eric Gardner. And I wasn't deep into anything.
So her position is that I don't understand how George Floyd was covered in mass media, unlike Eric Gardner. Eric Gardner was all over the place. There was so many protests. So it doesn't matter to Nina what happened unless the mass media puts out enough stories and put out enough pressure about Black men dying at the hands of police brutality. So this is what she's saying. And Rodney King doesn't count because Rodney King didn't die. She knew of Rodney King, but he didn't die. So let's go on.
Is another one. That is another one. I'm talking about the one in North Carolina. Walter, I don't know every single incident that happened. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but the major incidents that were covered by major media is the only thing that mattered to her when all of these stories were covered nationally and locally till their conclusion.
Can I honestly tell you what I think? And you guys can let me know. Both Ron Q and Nina, you guys can.
It was just being flippant, same flippant thing.
Yeah, but you know what, Carrie? At the end of the
profiling was real. Nina,
we weren't talking about those things.
But what I'm saying though,
you when I said
keep playing the video. Just other person.
This being caught on film and people putting these videos out and people making a big stink about them. It didn't have anything to do with me being down.
So you're saying that you took that downward to mean that you're more associated or closely connected with the struggles of the Black people?
I took it as a slight, and it had nothing to do with me being down. These are things, and I took it as a deflection from the fact that she said that this George Floyd thing was just blew up the world and was covered by mass media, like I previously said on here. And she made it seem like mass media is the thing that moves your consciousness to know that these things have always been happening to our people, Black people in our community. It doesn't take mass media to tell me what I already know.
What about the part that she said, you're better than me at this? Did you hear that part?
It's same flippant thing. It was just
Nina said she's
being
coming
flippant. Same flippant thing.
Yeah, but you know what, Carrie? At the end of the day, I knew about that story from North Carolina. Okay, it's my hometown. I knew about that story because I seen it on CNN News. I seen it on YouTube. I seen it on my phone. So I knew about that story, and it doesn't take away that we know it. I'm just saying it's saying a lot of Black brothers are dying by the hands of the police. It don't take Rodney King. It's just on film now, and we can see it. That's all it is.
Nina is back. Nina, do you want to go ahead and say what you meant when you did you hear the recording a while ago, Nina?
No, I didn't. I have 4% on my phone. You see me going up and down.
Oh, so now all of a sudden she only has 4% on her phone because all the lies that she said that I said and all the attacks on her that I said have fallen flat once you start playing this real video of what actually happened. And she can't put her narrative to it to fucking lie like the lying bitch she is.
When Rodney King happened, I was extremely young. But I've read about it. I've seen clips, whatever. Even back then, there's
creating narratives now. We're listening to the tape. We don't need your narrative. We don't need you to narrate to understand. We're listening to what happened. And I did not attack you when I said
keep playing the video. Just get the tone.
What we're listening to.
Nina, what did you mean when you said I'm not down as you?
Meaning, obviously, I don't know as much as you do. I don't know as much as you do about every single incident. I don't think the average person knows as much as you do about every single incident. There are things that you don't know about. I don't think you know about things that are happening in different places around the world. Maybe I don't.
Maybe I don't. We weren't talking about those things. Okay, so maybe you don't know what's happening about things in different places of the world, but maybe I do, bitch. But we weren't talking about those things, bitch. Quit the deflection, ho. You lied and you got busted, bitch.
Let's keep listening. And I'm hoping you guys don't. Okay.
I remember in the 90s that people were still trying to figure out if racial profiling was real.
Nina, what about the dude in North Carolina who was shot in the back from running from a cop? That was a snuff film as well.
I did not. It didn't
say that. In North Carolina, shot in the back and killed. Over a turn signal.
Wait, let me ask an important question. Back to
Are you talking about Castile?
Can we go?
That was in Minnesota.
No. I'm not talking about Philando Castile. Is another one. That is another one. I'm talking about the one in North Carolina.
Look, I don't know every single incident that happened. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but the major incidents that were covered by major media, I did.
This was covered by major media. Walter Scott.
Okay, you know what? I'm not as down as you are, Rodney Q.
I'm not down. I'm watching the local and national.
You're better at it than I am. You're more in the know than I am.
It's not about being down.
How can you be so melanated? How can you be so melanated, Nina, and not be down with what's going on?
Well, there's lots of melanated people around the world. It's a Pan-African, African diaspora type of things. I know things that.
But I know
do you know that what happened in South Sudan? Do you know what happened in Ethiopia in 1991? Do you know?
Changing the topic again.
She's trying to deflate.
Look, I don't know everything. I don't know everything.
Okay, do you know how they beat Rodney King? That shit wasn't funny. Yes, George Floyd was the first one to die, but how they
interrogated because of some
older Black relatives or friends or associates who have also lived in the United States who were in. You must be watching that video because that was a horrific video.
I don't know who Rodney King is. I've been disgraced to my race now.
Are you crying or laughing?
Are you watching the video, Pizarro?
That's Pizarro making this noise. I don't know what's wrong with him.
But you guys, like, even Lil Wayne didn't know what was going on in the world. He should be knowing. So, I mean, down to me.
I knew what happened to Rodney King. I saw the video. I understand about the riots. In the 90s, even, people were talking about racial profiling as if it was some sort of, is this real? Is this...
So who said she didn't know about Rodney King? Who said she did not know about Rodney King? Why is she making this proclamation when we had already been talking about? Who said she didn't know about Rodney King? She's a dumb bitch. She's always in her head, always trying to position herself to be a victim.
These were your words. Mass media made you feel.
I didn't feel anything. What I saw in mass
Not
media.
You as a person. You said mass media made you
What
feel.
I saw in mass media was that racial profiling was still a freaking theory in the 1990s even. That's what I saw.
So she saw in mass media in the 90s that racial profiling was still a theory and it hadn't gotten sorted out yet. So therefore, she didn't have any understanding about racial profiling even in the 90s because the news hadn't sorted it out for Nina yet. So are you kidding me? J Truth, you got anything to say? Are you still here, J Truth? I think J Truth dropped down. Okay, so J Truth, you can come back up. So this is what this bitch went over there to Barry Carey's panel and tried to call herself a victim of Ronnie
doing
Hughes.
the same thing that Rodney King and people across America have experienced from the cop. This is not new. Just because you were a kid, you could not know it happened to your cousin, your father, your uncle.
I don't understand where we're going with this. What is it that you want me to?
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, what is your question?
Nobody in your life who had experienced this
Hey,
overt racism that is done across America, because the news is
let me answer the question. No, I didn't have anybody in my family that was arrested that had any dealings with the police.
Arrested. I didn't
or
say
whatever, or had any dealings with the police in that way.
Racially profiled.
So she feels like to be racially profiled, you're arrested. She didn't even understand the simple fact that people get pulled over, get tons of tickets for the slightest infractions that will have them economically challenged to pay these fucking fucked up bullshit ass tickets that cops write to people. But she had no understanding of that. And she didn't know anybody. So if you were racial profiled, you're automatically arrested. As if somebody had police contact, it's because they did something wrong to deserve to have police contact and to be arrested. The dumb bitch sat up there and acted as if it was your fault if you had police contact.
I ask questions or I go and I read.
Okay, but if it's of someone's personal experience, how you can't read up on it, so the next best thing you can do is ask them a question. And the fact
older black relatives or friends or associates who have also lived in the United States who were enduring this same thing that Rodney King and people across America have experienced from the cop. This is not new. Just because you were a kid, you could not know it happened to your cousin, your father, your uncle.
I don't understand where we're going with this. What is it that you want me to?
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, what is your question?
Nobody in your life who had experienced this
overt
racism that is done across America, because the news is
let me answer the question. No, I didn't have anybody in my family that was arrested that had any dealings with the police.
Arrested. I didn't say
whatever, or had any dealings with the police in that way.
Racially profiled. See, it's not up to
or racially profiled. We lived in our own heads. Okay, we lived in our own heads. We wanted to believe that the world was better than it actually is.
Somebody at the door. Okay, do you guys want to comment on that? Hey, newbie. Sorry, I didn't say hi. Hey, newbie.
Hey.
Do you guys want to comment on what happened so far? Because I'm playing her video.
For me, it felt like I felt like I was being interrogated. I felt like I wasn't being understood at all. There were points where people would come and scream. So yeah, I felt like it was an interrogation for me.
Okay, so at what point did people come and scream? She was being interrogated. No, I asked her questions based on the dumb shit that she was saying, and she is fucking in her feelings about it because she's a fucking idiot. She tried to come with that stupid shit, but I'm not a stupid motherfucker. So now she's in her feelings, and she sat over there, and every lie that she said has been disproven. And then so we're gonna Miss Chair, Very Carey's chat. If you guys want to go over to Very Carey's, it's the chat is 5 days ago. It's like up late tonight. I'll put the links in the chat if you guys want to finish hearing the bullshit that she set up there and tried to say, and everything that she said was disproven. So let me see if I still have anybody in the chat. Okay. Yeah, same old motherfucking, same fucking Becky bullshit. Motherfucking Karen asshole coming up there with that dumb shit and thought somebody was gonna play that shit. This is a motherfucking dangerous ass bitch. She's nothing but a fucking Karen ass bitch. So we're having this conversation. So you hear her come up there and accuse me of saying all these things to her, and I interrogated her, and I did this, and I said that, and I did this, that, and the other. So then the next time she hopped up there, who comes up there with her? None other than the Miss O. Didn't open her mouth, didn't say a word. Everything that Nina had said, I said, had already been disproven. So what does the Miss O do? The Miss O commenced to write bullshit in the chat. Here is what the Miss O wrote. 300. She didn't say that. That was pizza. Timestamp 3 hours and 43 minutes. Check it out for yourself. She didn't say that. That was pizza. And then he says, the Miss O, she just said she was very young when Rodney King happened. And the Miss O, y'all are running with shit she didn't say. And we heard it again. She didn't say she didn't know about him. So age ain't no factor because she did know. Knew more names than the others that came up. What other names did she know? What other names did she know more of? Bitch, I knew more names than that bitch ever heard of. Don't come here with that bullshit that Nina knew more names than anybody on the fucking panel. Bullshit. The fuck out of my face with the fucking dumb shit. She don't have to be impacted by what others are impacted. If she's not impacted, shut the fuck up. What nobody's talking about, no shit that was going on in Africa. If we talking about shit that going on in Africa, you're not gonna hear me sitting up there put my opinion based on what goes on in the United States up against Africa. Nobody said she had to be impacted, but she needs to shut the fuck up when she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She didn't say it didn't happen before George or denying folks' experience, though. Anybody denied shit. She fucking sat up there and said some dumb shit and she got checked. Nobody took a break and she said it impact most to her. And that's not up to y'all. No, it ain't up to y'all. But it's up to me to check a bitch when she talking stupid shit. But this is boiling down to personality issues that can exist between anyone. Bottom line, no, it boils down to the bitch came up there and lied and said I said a whole lot of things that I didn't say. So she's sitting up there. She ain't saying a word, but she's sitting up here typing this shit in the chat. Like you just didn't hear this bitch lie and all these lies that she said be disproven. But you in the chat copping pleas and shit on some bullshit that never even happened. And then she goes on. Here we go. Here we gonna get to it. All right. But you saying things like she didn't know who he was. Nobody said she didn't know who he was. Nobody said that. So you're sitting up here repeating a lie that has already been proven. But you're saying things like she didn't know who he was. Bottom line is, what's the goal of all of this? The goal of all of this is to prove that bitch that you down in the chat caping for lied on me. That's the goal of all of this. And the goal was achieved while you still sitting down there repeating the same lies that she filled your empty head up with. That was the goal. We all think in ways I can't comprehend a lot of shit. Okay, so here comes the victim here. The panel dismissed colorism entirely previously, and that had me shook. So now all of a sudden, Miss O is victimized. The panel dismissed colorism entirely previously. That shook me. When did you hear anything replayed on Bree Live that anybody said a fucking word about colorism? So now the Miss O has positioned herself into this conversation as if anybody said a motherfucking word about colorism in this conversation. Because as we know from yesterday, Nina's new argument is that Miss Cruiser and I belittled colorism. As we know from Nina today, Miss Cruiser and I was the one who brought up colorism in this conversation. You don't believe that bitch said that? Okay. You don't believe that bitch said that me and Miss Cruiser were the ones who brought up colorism? Here we go.
Notice that I don't bring it up as much as I used to, and I only respond.
Okay.
Or not.
Y'all say that about everybody comes over here and overtake my pen and get caught. Sean. It's always complaints, ain't it?
I mean, we all know it's here. It's every day some kind of way something leads back to colorism. Everything. I mean, some of this shit is just shits and giggles, joning, drags, roasting. It's just what it is. Everything ain't back to colorism. And so, yeah, sometimes people go low. They just go low. Either you go low with them or you step aside. But all of this talking about it is really it's making everyone not care.
I mean, it really wasn't my thing. It really wasn't based around it. It was just that was brought up because
anything we could be talking about the moon and they bring up colorism. We could be talking about the moon and colorism comes right back up. It just keeps coming up no matter what we're talking about.
Profiling as well. That's what Ronnie Q's point was.
Right. That's what Ronnie Q's point was. And she said she got mad because it was brought back to colorism. So, I mean, it is what it is.
They're the ones that brought up colorism on Bree's Live. They are the ones that compared police brutality to colorism. They themselves, Ronnie Q and Miss Cruiser, did. So it's
okay. So Ronnie Q and Miss Cruiser was the one who brought up colorism. That lying bitch just said over on Pizarro's chat today. So let's see who brought up colorism in this motherfucking conversation that this lying fucking piece of shit want to play victim to. You can't play victim to me, bitch. I'm about timestamps, ho. Bitch, don't play with it because you can't even deal, bitch. You want to act like you educated, but obviously you're not educated because, bitch, you don't know how to do no motherfucking research, you simple asshole. You just sit up here and drone on about the same bullshit that you must have read somewhere, and you think that you're impressing somebody with this bullshit that you talking, but ain't nobody impressed by this bullshit that you're talking. So let's see who brought up colorism in the original conversation that was had on Bree's channel. I'm going to the 2 hour and 19 minute mark. And if you want to hear the whole conversation, please feel free to go to this video. It's the fakeness for me, and it starts at timestamp 1 hour and 49 minutes. So here we go.
I was not awake to
wait a minute, hold on, slow down. Mass media made you feel what?
In 89?
No,
it didn't make me feel anything.
I'm talking to Nina. You said mass media made you feel. These were your words. Mass media made you feel.
I didn't feel anything. What I saw in mass media.
Not you as a person. You said mass media made.
You want to question blackness of other people. Meanwhile, you and your family acting like
oh my God. It's not about you.
respond to Ronnie Q. I don't care, Jada. You can be like a band if you need to. I want to respond to Ronnie Q. I will be responding to what Ronnie Q said. Gonna do is we're gonna continue. You know what? Me and my dog had a great walk yesterday. What we did, we went by the park, we went by the lake. Okay. No,
Now we talking about black
we
issues.
went,
She
we
want to
had
talk about
the best time. We went to the dog park.
issues. She want to talk about her damn dog.
Respond to Ronnie Q. Just ignore her and respond to Ronnie Q, Nina, please, because it's gonna keep
She
getting
want to
derailed.
talk about her dog. She want to talk about her dog.
Yeah, well, we can talk about Zulu instead. What do you want to talk about?
No, we don't want to talk about no dogs, okay? Jada, can she respond? Okay, I hear that. What I'm saying is, can she respond to Ronnie Q since Ronnie Q was asking her and talking to her? Because you're not allowing her to do that. You want to talk, but you gotta let her respond, and then you can hop in there. Everybody else is on the up. Somebody in the go.
Miss Toby. Miss Toby.
Yes, it's me.
Make sure you ain't got no echo, ho.
Look, bitch, my phone rung. That's why the fuck I had to echo. Now you leave me the fuck alone.
Well, make sure they stop calling, ho. Put it on Don't Deserve. I mean,
Shut
deserve.
the fuck up.
Anyway, all I'm saying is, go ahead, Betsy. Go ahead. 5 minutes.
Like my video or send me $1. Each one, either or. Like my video or send me $1. All right, y'all go ahead.
That's all she had to say on her own panel. This is all.
Okay, Nina, Nina.
Well, if possible, I would like to respond to Ronnie Q.
Go ahead.
Thank you, honey. Okay,
Please
so
hurry it up too.
who's saying this?
Me. I'm saying for you to hurry up because it seems like everybody else.
Fine. I'll hurry up. All right. So basically, Ronnie Q, it seems as though you want to be offended by anything that I say. You're not listening to what I'm saying about my knowledge of these events. You want to make sure that your journey is the same as mine. And if it's not the same, then somehow I'm less black. Black people are not.
Okay. So now she's clearly positioned herself in victimhood mode. Okay. So there was nothing that I said about her being less black. But now all of a sudden she has been victimized by Ronnie Q, by the conversation that was had, by Ronnie Q pointing out certain things that she said that didn't make dog sense. Okay, so let's
be there longer. Totally understood all that. It didn't.
We don't want to talk about.
I'm sorry.
Incarcerated. Additional charges are. Black people are not a monolith. This is my journey. You had a different experience. I understand that there's racism in the world. I did not understand the severity of the hatred of the police against Black people until George Floyd. I knew that there was racism. I knew that there was racial profiling. I understood that Black people are caught by the police and put into the system. They're put on paper. It goes on for months and years. Once incarcerated,
but she didn't understand any of that until I said it. She didn't understand. She had no understanding about any of that until I said it. Now, all of a sudden, she knew all of these things that I retorted to her when she came to me with the dumb shit.
Additional charges are put on folks so that they stay there longer. Totally understood all that. It didn't hit me. It did not hit me as hard, like made me like upside down until George Floyd. And that was my experience. That doesn't make me any less Black. That's it.
Now, who said anything? Anything? Go to this video and go from timestamp 149 to 235, and you don't hear anybody say anything about her less Blackness, because the bitch feels like she has been busted in being less Black than what she wants to portray to the streets, because she's come out here with this dumb shit, and then when you check her on some shit that any Black person would know who lives in the United States, then all of a sudden she's not from here. Oh, she's not from here. But you want to talk about everything that goes on here. You want to make all these motherfucking slave references every time you open your motherfucking mouth. But now all of a sudden you're not from here. You want to tell people who are from here what they should do do or what they should be doing. But then when a foot is in your ass, all of a sudden you're not from here, and people are challenging your blackness. No, you're challenging your motherfucking brain to think you can keep up with motherfuckers who know better, you dumb bitch. Okay, so Nina, you want to position yourself as a victim because I didn't say anything about you being less black. Maybe you're speaking.
You were
maybe
insinuating. Yeah, you shut the fuck up. You always trying to minimize Nina's fucking experience. That does not minimize the
Here
impact of
comes
what the fuck
dumb
she left.
dimples.
You respond back to Nina so that just Andrea and the rest of the people can respond.
I'm still waiting on my response.
Jay Dunn, let Nina talk, please. Over on the key. Thank you.
Okay, so now it was stated that Miss Cruiser and Ronnie Q was the one who bought up colorism. You heard her just say it on Pizarro's today. I just played it for you. So here we go.
She got to say so we can get it over. Go ahead, Jada. Please.
Okay, thank you. What I find highly problematic is that Dimples, as a black man, is up here defending a woman who claims to be black, but she didn't know about police brutality and racial profiling.
I didn't know the extent of it.
Wait a second. Don't interrupt me. I have to be quiet for you. 2020, which is 3 years ago, is when George Floyd got beat the fuck up. I refuse to believe that you being a woman in your 40s, that you don't know that shit has always been happening. But you try to tell people about their blackness or lack thereof because you have more melanin up in your skin. But meanwhile, you and your family have been hiding like ostriches with y'all head up in the sand to the point to where you as a 40-some-year-old woman can get on here and say you didn't know about police brutality into George Floyd. And meanwhile, Dimples can get up here and defend you like George Floyd was the first person it happened to. Dimples up here defending you like it wasn't a Rodney King before. I'm shocked by that. And that's what I got to say.
But I'm trying to figure out when Nina became 40.
That's what I don't know. Let her say whatever she wants.
I don't know how old Nina is. I just said more.
Okay.
And I'm totally okay with her saying that because in fact, I want y'all to think I'm a white woman in my 40s. That's what I want y'all to think. That's gonna make me less accessible. So believe what you want.
She want y'all to think this. She want y'all to think that. No, bitch, I think for myself, and I think that you have proven to be a dumb, lying bitch. So let's go. Finish my statement. See, Nina, you positioned yourself as a victim in what I think. I said exactly what I think. So for you to come bring into your lack of blackness and all this type of stuff, that had nothing to do with my conversation. But if that's what it made you feel, then you need to examine why it made you feel that way when I spoke the facts. It's not about my soul experience. It's about the experience of many black people who live in the United States of America. So I don't know where you and your family found this bubble to live in where you were not accosted by racism and put in racist situation by the cops all of your life up until 2020, as Jay Dunn said. But everybody have not lived in that bubble. So for me to speak facts to what goes on in the United States of America, and I am not going to dumb myself down and play like this is not a construct of the United States of America just to appease you or anyone else. And if you choose to call yourself a victim by that, then you need to examine why you feel victimized.
Okay, I feel like you're gaslighting me right now, and that's okay. You insinuated that your experience.
No, I didn't insinuate shit. I clearly stated, bitch.
And it should be the experience of me. You said that your experience, how as a black woman have you not experienced this? I had this, I had that. So clearly we just have different experiences, and that's all we can really do. And I'm not going to be gaslit. You insinuated some things. It is what it is.
So who's gaslighting? I'm not gonna be gaslit. You insinuated. Does it seem like I had any problem speaking clearly? No, I think not. I said what I said, period.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you said it.
I hope you two don't start where y'all it's not going to be good anymore because this is ridiculous. Just Andrea, you've been waiting so patiently. Can you go ahead on and say what you was going to say?
Yeah, Nina, I'm not trying to diminish your experience, but I'm telling you about being living in America. I have a son. He's been pulled over almost 40 times for no reason. Okay, that's what I'm saying about Rodney King. We see that on CNN. And that's what I say about I have the experience of going here and he work at night and he's a security guard. So this shit is happening to us. It's real. We see it every day.
I believe you. I understand that we've had a different experience.
It's not that I didn't know that there was racism or police brutality. All I'm saying is the event of George Floyd changed me. That's all I can say to you. I believe you. It's wrong what's happened. I know that that it can happen to me or any of my relatives at any moment, and that's all I can say. We just had a different experience, but I totally understand.
But do you know that black mothers were teaching their sons?
Hold on. Bree said she got a question. Y'all know her sound low. Go ahead, Bessie.
Now, I have a question, Nina. It don't cuss me out. How do you know more about colorism than police brutality when they're kind of tied hand in hand?
Oh, I got something to say. Go ahead, Nina.
Because colorism is universal.
So is belief. So is
Okay, so who brought up colorism? Who brought up colorism? Bree brought up colorism.
police brutality.
Racism. Racism.
But I'm
is
trying to
universal.
figure out. But see, this is a good thing here, because just like how a lot of y'all are disconnected with colorism, she is disconnected when it comes to police reality, and I think this is a good lesson.
Brutality.
Yes, she is.
Brutality.
Brutality, whatever the fuck the word is. I think this is a good conversation because now y'all get to see it from each different perspective when it comes down to how it is. And I'm so glad she asked that question, because I was thinking of colorism too topic. She does know so much about colorism, but she doesn't know much about the Black struggle.
Okay.
If I could, can I say something real quick? Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she doesn't know about the American Black struggle. Because I have a. I don't want to say this. I have a funny feeling that she's not necessarily a Black American. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different struggle. You understand what I'm saying?
That struggle is across the country, though, Miss Heauxs. It's not just America.
If I could say one thing, yes, colorism is universal, racism is universal, but the police interaction in the United States is different from the police interaction in mono-ethnic societies. At the slave patrol, being the police, coming to become the police, all that is unique to the United States, is what I'm saying. Colorism is universal. Police brutality in the United States is extremely unique.
It's me.
Nina, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay.
In 32 minutes, I have somebody coming in 15 minutes.
Okay, got it. So I'm just curious because it is kind of a disconnect, because you speak so strongly on colorism and things that Black people do to tear each other down. But
okay, is Ronnie Q in this conversation about colorism? Is Miss Cruiser in this conversation about colorism? The conversation is already brought up. Did you hear Ronnie Q or Miss Cruiser bring up this conversation about colorism? I think not. So another lie. Another fucking lie.
in order for you to understand that, you have to understand how it came to be, how it was fed to them, and what kind of atmosphere breeds that particular type of thing to happen. So I would just tell you, I am definitely what I consider myself to be privileged. My parents make very good livings. They did very well, and they did so by their children. But I still knew what racism was. I still knew what people who were less privileged than me, what they went through, and what the Black struggle is about. I didn't necessarily experience it all myself, but I know what it is.
Yes, I believe you. And also,
so it just seems like you're disconnected from that.
Okay, and I'm. It seems like that to you, and I get it, and that's absolutely fine. That's
Okay,
totally fine.
Nina,
No, please let me finish speaking to her, and then we'll go. Okay. So basically, the colorism in the United States, as opposed to the colorism around the world, is different. Every country is different, and I understand the origins of colorism.
So now the topic has once again been turned to colorism, their favorite play. And if you guys do not see the play every time this one trick pony hops up on a panel and wants to berate somebody about colorism, when we Black people in the United States have a lot more things to worry about than colorism. Colorism is a thing, but colorism is not out there shooting and killing you. Colorism is not like racism that has the power to oppress you. That is not what colorism is doing to you. And I'm sure that nobody likes to be made fun of, whether it's fat shaming, whether it's whatever it is. But now here we are once again with this one trick pony, monolithic bitch who can't talk about anything but colorism, like somebody really needs to give a fuck about her talking about this motherfucking shit every time she hits a panel and acting as if nobody understands it when I was in the fucking trenches fucking backing the Miss O up when I saw the overt colorist shit that was said about her. Now all of a sudden she is the one and only. Get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit.
Within the United States on paper, to be honest, about slavery and separating people. But the transatlantic slave trade is not the first slave trade. The Arab slave trade had already happened, and there's colorism around the world, and it's different in different places. So my journey is not the same as some others, and it is what it is, but we're all Black.
No one expects it to be. But my point is, you want to talk about policing is different in the United States than it is in anywhere else. So in Sean Bradley's chat yesterday, when he was talking about policing, how people fight in the beef sector, you made a comment in his chat. Well, no one should police what's being said, and that includes no one should be policing. So if you think that policing in the United States is so bad, why did you make the comment in Sean Bradley's chat that people should not be policing?
Right. So Sean was talking about how he feels that I police people about colorism. So we're not talking about the punitive legal system in the United States. We're talking about me in the beef sector policing people. And so that's what I said. I said, don't police me and trying to police people for if anything goes. So
people face. You can't even say nigga.
Life. She just became
we gotta
about
get
the wrong thing. So her about the wrong thing. So her concern.
What's wrong with your motherfucking ass? I ain't come up here to even talk to your motherfucking ass.
Bear with us.
You want to do that, but girl, you went way too
Lovely, I don't want to say that word, and I'm not going to say the word.
You're not gonna say word nigga, but then you say you people. What you mean when you say you people? What do you mean when you say you people? And I'm gonna drop that down. Thank you for letting me.
And then she dropped down after she done cut this girl off and she was trying to talk to Nina before she left. Come on, man, that's some real snake ass shit.
So Lovely Love comes up there, disrupts the panel, and who else drops down but Nina? Because now it's Miss Cruiser's turn to speak. But she said that Miss Cruiser and I was the one who brought up colorism when they just sat up here and had a whole colorism conversation, and Miss Cruiser nor I said one word about that conversation. She's a lying bitch.
Well, I'm glad Nina's gone. Can I say this? You know what came to mind? The first thing came to mind when I stepped into the chat and heard her say that she was unfamiliar with the most important struggle of Black folks, and that is the police taking us out with no justice. The first thing came to mind was, you worried about the wrong things. So her priority is, whether my ass is light, dark, caramel, brown, or in between, and the inward fighting that we do as a result of it, that don't kill us, that don't stop us from getting jobs, that don't stop us from getting loans for businesses, that does not stop our children from going to school, whether it be college or regular education. She have no idea of the struggle. See, because I've been Black in the struggle all my life. She just became familiar with it. But she called me, I think she said yesterday that I was privileged. When your ass had the privilege that you ain't never had to cry over the Trayvon Martins of the world. Fake ass fraud. I knew something was up with her yesterday. I kept saying some shit. She had some shit with her on yesterday. So she worried about complexion, things that don't hurt us, but the important things that terrorize our neighborhood, that we have to be careful about sending our Black sons out about. She don't know shit about. Her priority is off. She has been playing in our motherfucking face, and I can't talk about it.
That steals our generational wealth. But then you got fools down in the chat talking about, I just want her to have my experience. Like, I don't know, each individual have their own experience, but I know that if you live in Black America, you should know these things. Okay.
But have y'all considered that she's not American? That was
we're done. All right. So let me see with you guys if I still have anybody in the chat. So that is exactly what happened. So let me finish with this last thing. The Miss O, after Nina has been disproven, after that panel discussion where she set up and lied and said, oh, it was Ronnie Q and Miss Cruiser who brought up colorism. No, we didn't bring up colorism. Bree brought the colorism up, and you were more than glad to speak about it. And Bree brought it up in the fact that how can you be so concerned with colorism and you don't have any concern about police brutality? in context. Okay, so now all of a sudden, here we go. Colorism, big colorism. Now here, this panel dismissed colorism entirely previously, and that shook me. I too never watched a man die on my screen in active brutality, cry for his mama, and I can't ever get that back out of my head. So you're the only one, Demon Soul. So you're unique in that feeling of watching George Floyd die. So that is only a feeling that is unique to you and Nina, Demon Soul. So what's your point, Demon Soul? Okay. Billie Jean tells her just because Ronnie Q speaks with authority doesn't mean she's attacking or being condescending. Ronnie Q just speaks firm, clear, direct, and again with authority. She's always spoken that way. So let's not act like we don't see the fucking play. Okay, then here comes the Miss O. Personal hit buttons drives these responses, but y'all invalidate shit deep in here that all the time. It's folks that don't have personal experience, they say it's invalid. So the Miss O is saying that if you don't take her personal experience and you don't validate what she's going through, then you're invalidating her and her feelings because you haven't gone through them. A bunch of bullshit. And let me direct you. If you guys noticed earlier in Very Carrie's chat, Nubiology had came up there and she wanted to discuss something with Nina, where Nubiology said something simply in the chat, and Nina responded and called her albino something or other. I forget exactly what the term is, but Nina called Nubiology and albino. And if you look in the chat, Connie is expressing, I would never call someone an albino because I have family members who were bullied and isolated among strange setting, and I saw the hurt it did to them. Personal traumas and experiences cause us to polarize our standards, sometimes different from each other. That's all I was saying. But the Miss O is talking about herself, and we go further in this conversation. And okay, where? Okay, I did that one already. I'm sorry. Okay, so Connie says, okay, here is the Miss O again. Y'all insulted me in those lives way worse than Nina. Who is y'all? Who insulted this the Miss O? Why is the Miss O in here being victim? Who insulted the Miss O? This conversation was about Bree's panel and what Bree said on the panel. And the only reason we were having this conversation in Very Carrie is because Nina was so glad that she caught me by myself. Bitch, I ain't never by myself. Bitch, I have a motherfucking brain that can outsmart your dumb, simple ass anytime, any place, any day of the motherfucking week, you dumb bitch, coming with them weak ass lies that were easily disproven. And then here come the Miss O over here trying to cape for you. And when the shit had already been disproven, now she's on her victim shit. Like somebody said something to or about her when the conversation did not include anything about her. So now they're talking about Nina talking about the albinoism, and Jesus Connie is telling Jesus take the wheel. I saw the horrible life that they lived, and I prayed as a child to God to be an albino too, just so she could have someone to stand by her. So they are talking about the conversation that's actually being had on the panel where Nina called Nubiology and albino, and then Jesus take the wheel of Connie. It is appalling, and I am sorry that your family went through that. See, but the Miss O, she can't see none of that. Jesus take the wheel, and Jesus take the wheel says up top Connie, and they were hunted and appendages were cut off too for being albino. See, but it's not about what the the fucking real conversation is being had is, because D Miss O is talking about y'all insulted me in those live way worse than Nina. When Nina said some shit that was insulting about albinos, and these people are in the chat talking about their experiences, knowing what albinos have gone through. But D Miss O is blind to that simple fact. Okay, and here's the last shot of what Demons O had to say. I love how my comments were dismissed like my feelings. I'm done with Demons O because nothing about anything that happened on this panel, on Bree's panel, on Very Carey's panel, had a goddamn thing to do with the Miss O. But she decided to let Nina come drag her in and tell her that plays were being run about her and this, that, and the other was being said about her. No, okay, have at it. Do you, girl? Do you? Okay, shit. I got 700 and something responses. I don't know where to start, but I'm done with that. And Newbie doesn't mess with anyone, and she did not deserve to be called an albino. Now, someone says something about a darker hue, then it's just an uproar. Exactly. And while Demon Soul is talking about her feelings were ignored in the chat, at the same time, she's ignoring what these people are saying, what happened to their albino family members, which Nina just chose to sit up here and say, oh, yeah, you're an albino. But Demis O can't see beyond her own front nose to fucking understand what Nina said, how what Nina said was hurtful about albinos being hunted down and their appendages cut off. But it's all about the Miss O when it never was about the Miss O. There you go again. Film Noir is saying exactly what Jesus Take the Wheel was saying. So we're supposed to make excuses for Nina and D Miss O when they sit up here and want to center themselves around a topic about colorism when colorism was in fact never the topic. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. So, and then the next night I went over to Heauxs with Hearts. So, Heauxs with Hearts, they're my good Judies, and I hope that they do not mind me playing a little snippet from what was said on Heauxs with Heart, because I actually was on the panel at Heauxs with Heart. So Nina, for some reason, thought to say that I thought that I was being slick being on Heauxs with Heart on the panel. Bitch, it's a fucking panel. Whatever I say on the panel, that's exactly what I mean. And then she says she was over on Heauxs with Heart talking about the Miss O. I'm going to let you hear exactly what happened on Heauxs with Heart. And we're going to wrap this up. Carrie, hold on a second. Carrie,
Can you hear me?
yeah, you can hear that video.
Okay, so I can't hear you. There's no sound.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Let me go back. Okay.
you can drop me down.
Okay. Channel one night, and then here comes Nina, saying she wants to talk to Jess Andreas. And it was an organic conversation. We were initially talking about Seven Stars, and then the conversation somehow went into Nina and what she had to say about not knowing. How police brutality was such a big thing until after George Floyd. We talked about Rodney King, and Pizarro had no idea who Rodney King was. Did you guys remember that?
Yeah,
Did you guys know that happened in that live?
that about the Rodney King thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Pizarro didn't know who Rodney King was. We discussed the riots. Me and Nina are agreeing that yeah, the riots happened a couple of years later in like '93. Then I said yeah, '93. And so this whole conversation, and then Nina would say something, and I say, hold up, you mean to tell me you didn't know about this, you didn't know about that? Hold on, how can you live in a bubble when this is happening to everybody around you? It didn't happen to your relatives. So anyway, it was a conversation. And when she said things that I had questions about, I asked her questions. Okay, so she goes, and then James had his panel. I hadn't watched James' panel yet, but it was several people on James' panel saying, how could Nina not know about Rodney King? That never happened on Bree's panel where the initial conversation happened. So we're up on another content creators channel one night. Very Here comes Nina saying she wants to talk to Jess Andreas. And Jess Andreas was in the initial conversation as well. And she wants to talk to Jess Andreas about what she just said. And and she goes into this long diatribe about things that Jess Andreas had not addressed, had not said. And then I'm sitting up there, I'm like, okay, so she wants to rehash this conversation. This is what she's doing. She's trying to rehash this conversation that happened. And then I said, Jess Andreas didn't talk about these things. Oh, and I'm glad I caught you up here by yourself. And I was like, cut me up here. I'm always by myself. I am always by myself. So then she goes into, you were the one who said I didn't know who Ronnie Q lied on me and said I did not know who Rodney King was, and Ronnie Q lied, and she said this, and she just said so many lies. And then I said, oh, Carrie, oh, excuse me. I said, play the video. Play the video. The video's up. Play the video. As she came up there to attack me, I was already on the panel. We were talking about something totally different when once again she had to make a fool of herself and put her foot in her mouth, and she got stopped at every ridiculous point that she made. And then so she's upset and she's mad. And now, of course, she's victim Nina. She's a victim of running her mouth and getting a full stop put on her ass. So Very Carey plays it right away. You understand that I was on the panel when we were talking about something else. First lie. And then so all of a sudden her phone is dying out, and she has to step down because her phone is dying out. Then they get to the part where they talk about Rodney King. At no point did anybody say she didn't know who Rodney King was. And I said, did you hear that? And she goes, yeah, nobody said that she didn't know who Rodney King is. Pizarro didn't know who Rodney King is. So now my phone is dying. Hit the link. Well, if you listen again, Rodney Q said, you didn't know either. That wasn't to include me. They replay the thing again. There is no, you didn't know who Rodney King is either. When Pizarro said, who is Rodney King? I said, girl, you don't know who Rodney King is? There was no either to include her. And then I said, okay, that's lie number 2. And then it was like, she played it a little further. Well, Carrie, I felt like I was being interrogated and nobody was trying to understand what I was saying. And then I said, well, if you don't understand what somebody is saying, what do? Do you not ask questions? So she's trying to position herself to be the victim. Now, she admitted that she did not hear anybody say especially me, who she directly accused of saying this, she admitted that no, I didn't say that, but at not one time. And so and then she popped down again, and then I full stopped it, and I was like, see, no, she came up here with all these lies, and after we played this, we understand that nothing she said was in this video, and she straight lied on me. And when she admitted that I didn't say what she said I said, she didn't even have enough integrity to say I was wrong, I apologize, you were right, or anything. You know, she is just a whole freaking clown. And then she goes, one of the times she popped back up, here comes the Miss O popping up. She pops up on the panel. She doesn't say anything, but she's in the chat writing about how nobody should disregard other people's feelings. Nobody should take other people's experience lightly and all this stuff. And then the one single word types in the chat, colorism. And y'all didn't take me serious. And y'all did this to me. And y'all did that to me. And y'all, the colorism. And no, and nobody in the chat addressed her. I didn't address her about it on the panel. But I just think, like, okay, me and Nina agreed about the real stance of colorism. But look, I am not playing games with these two anymore. It's just ridiculous. And like, what are you defending Nina for on something she hasn't even been able to defend herself on? And then so I was walking the dogs today, and I hear her. Oh, and then she oh, Ronnie Q, go make a video on me because I know that's what you're gonna do. And she's been flouncing around here. Oh, I'm so happy. A 4-hour live was made about me, talking about James. I love that I'm in people's head. I love this. I love that. You love making a fool out of yourself. And so I told her, bitch, I wish I would make a video about you. I make videos about things that matter, and that would not be you. And so she is just pushing the envelope to get these types of reaction from people. And when she is found out to be categorically wrong, she has nothing to say.
Long pause.
Hello?
Hey, who is Billy Blue? Carolina Blue?
Yes, that is me.
Hey, how you doing?
She is I'm her. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, let me not come up here with all this fake energy. I'm tired. I'm on the countdown. I got about an hour in me. Enjoyed your recap because I didn't catch that exchange.
I am interested. Hi, Krispy Kreme. I am so, I don't know. I am shook. Let's say that I'm shook because you said that you are over the Miss O and her colorism debates.
Who said that?
No, what I'm saying is, I'm tired of the Miss O deflecting with this colorism argument when the argument had absolutely nothing to do with the Miss O or colorism. So to come in there and try to take the breath out of the room talking about what happened to her when nothing in this situation had anything to do with this the Miss O, and then also taking a victim stance about y'all didn't do this, y'all didn't do that, when I know she ain't talking to me. But you know, it wasn't the time or the place for that, to try to deflect off of the actual thing that was going on with Nina. And the other thing about what she said, I was walking my dogs and I heard her, Nina was on Bree's channel. Oh, my dog scared the shit out of me. Nina was on Bree's panel and she goes, oh, well, let's be clear. I did not think that Ness worked for corporate America. But I was just saying that. But when you told Ness to go back to the plantation and you got called on it, you said that that's what you felt corporate America was when she got called on it in real time. So now after she had a day to think about it, when people said, how do you think that Ness worked in corporate America? Now she came back to today and said, I didn't think that Ness worked in corporate America. Trust and believe, I never thought she had that ability or something to that effect. Girl, when I got in and walking my dogs, I hit that link and I said, let me tell you something. See, it's the bullshit for me. She want to make an excuse when she's called on her shit that she was talking about corporate America, and now all of a sudden today she wants you to believe that she didn't think Ness worked for corporate America. So if she didn't believe that when she got called on it yesterday, why did she say that she considered the plantation corporate America, but she was telling Ness to go back to work, who she doesn't think has the ability to work in corporate America? See, it's the bullshit for me. And I also detailed, and when she got found out that she was totally wrong, when she came out here and said Ronnie Q had said she didn't know who Rodney King was, she just doubled down and told Carrie, oh, well, keep on playing. I was interrogated. Well, she said you didn't know either. And when it was proven to be wrong, she never had dignity to say I was wrong, I apologize, or anything of the sort. So it's a bullshit for me. And I'm not playing with this bullshit anymore. I'm not fucking pacifying nobody who wants to talk dumb shit and then position themselves to be a motherfucking victim when they're victimizing Black women. Sorry, I was trying to drop the mic on them holes, but I closed the wrong window. I knocked myself off the stream. But so, yeah, are there any questions? Are there any? Is anyone confused about anything that happened? Are there any questions? So, did anybody hear me go over to Holes with Heart and talk about the Miss O? Okay, any questions? Is anybody unclear on anything that has gone on with Nina and her bullshit? Okay, anybody, you're more than welcome to hit the link. You're more than welcome. See, if you guys continue to let a bitch like this play in your face with one simple trick, with one trick pony ass bitch who can't converse on anything else that is important to the Black community, that is going on, that is really affecting your lives, how you live, how you eat, and all this shit that is going on in the world, and this motherfucker fucking dumb bitch is sitting up here lying in your faces, just talking all over you, just thinking, oh, hold on 1 minute. Let me address this final thing. The bitch set her ass up there today and said, well, she's done with the colorism issue because she no longer needs the Miss O. The Miss O is, bitch, exactly when was it that I ever needed the Miss O? Bitch, you got me fucked up. When did Ronnie Q ever need the Miss O? Ronnie Q is Ronnie motherfucking Q, and I ain't never needed the Miss O. The Miss O, you keep following around this dumb bitch, you're not gonna have any motherfucking friends. This bitch is using this thing of colorism to fucking just get access to talk her dumb shit about Black people. And you are so happy that she is talking things to defend you that you don't see the fuck shit that Nina is out here doing. So hold on, I have somebody in the back. Let me see who this is. Demetra?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I just wanted to come up here, I'm not going to get too graphic, but also when she tried to run and tell that lie on you about calling TMO a monkey coming out my chat, I disproved that and showed the lies in that on my live as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to come over here and let you know I got that covered, right?
Okay.
Because she tried to run and act like, what I'm saying, that you were saying that about her. And that was furthest from the case. She's just a known liar. You know what I'm saying?
That you were saying it about the Miss O. And first of all, I go wherever the fuck I want to go. If I don't agree with it, I ain't got no comments on it. But then the bitch gonna say, "Oh, I heard what Demetrius said, and and she had monkeys up and was talking about the Miss O, and Ronnie Q was right there. And as soon as I saw it, I left." And then she goes on to keep. Hold on 1 second. J Truth is in the back. Let me bring her up. Hey, let's play connect the dots with my screen share and see if you can find any words in this shirt while I bring J Truth up. J Truth, is that you?
What's up, girl? What's up, D?
Hey,
Okay.
J True.
Let me finish this one. Let me finish this one point. And so she said that she had monkeys up and she left as soon as it happened. But Ronnie Q was in there. I said, "But what did Ronnie Q say? You're supposed to be such a defender of this, that, and the other." No, bitch. What did Ronnie Q say? And at the end, and she was even congratulating Demetra on a great live. So, bitch, if you came in there and you left right away, how is it that you were in there at the end? Because you congratulate people on a great live at the end of their live. So now all of a sudden you were in there and I was in there, and you what did you say, bitch? You sitting up here thinking you're gonna chastise me because I didn't say anything, but it didn't seem like she said shit either. And then all of a sudden today it was like, oh, I went in and I left right out and I went in. Bitch, we already caught your ass yesterday in that motherfucking lie. You want to sit there and say I didn't say anything, but you sat there to the end and saw me congratulating Demetra on a good live. I shared Demetra lives out all the motherfucking time. I don't even know what the fuck Demetra is gonna say in her live, but I share her out because I like her content.
Thank you.
When she fight with somebody that I'm not fighting with, I ain't got shit to say because I ain't the defender of nobody, because ain't nobody defending me out in this bitch. Everybody trying to sit up and play. What the fuck did I need D-Miss O for? Bitch, are you motherfucking crazy? Hold on. Hold on. This is somebody I really don't know, so we gotta hold on. Hello? 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 Yeah, may I help you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, this is Mike Morris. Oh, I'm not gonna stay long. I just wanted to basically come up and tell you on the queue. Excuse my language. Hi Demetra, hi J Truth, hi everybody.
Hey, Mike.
Um fuck Nina. You want
Right.
Hold on. I thought you was gonna say fuck me. I cut you off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I had my finger on the trigger for your ass.
No, I was saying, fuck Nina, you were in the chat because you were there. That's it, period. That's it.
Right.
Because you was there. All right, y'all have a good.
All right, Mike, you got to hit my link. But you know what, Ronnie? I bring you the thing about it was she only said that to cover her ass because she carried back that bone, right? And she carried back that bone. So erroneously, what it did was it show how she think of people, right? Because I showed in my live today, I immediately showed that I started off my live, talking about that particular person. And I also called that particular person's name so many goddamn times.
But it was
that
not
if she came up in there.
It was not D-Miss O. That
But
particular
it absolutely was not. I'm gonna respect your platform. It absolutely was not. And it was no way to even go away with that thought, right? The only thing that happened, the only thing that could happen, right, that she was trying to cover up and throw you under the bus about, is that she came in, saw that picture of that monkey, and she put in her mind who fit that picture. You get what I'm saying? And ran back with it. There's no other explanation.
Running back telling something about what Ronnie Q did. And Demetra, I be in your chat. The only reason you know I'm in your chat, and you better figure out how to unblock me, because I go in Demetra's chat and Demetra can't even see what I'm writing in her
I know,
chat.
and I know you be saying some good stuff, especially for the ones that you like, the news stuff,
Is she serious? I am blocked. Demetra can't even see me when I write in her chat. If I really want Demetra to see me, I'll tell one of her mods, tell Demetra X, Y, and Z. That's how Demetra even sees me in her fucking chat.
Right. I tried to fix it. I go look on Google, but that's why I wanted to come up and just go ahead and clear that up, because that was just another what's they call deflection, right? And that was another way to hide our head.
Okay.
And blame it on somebody else. So I just wanted to go ahead and clear that up. You did not say there's no way she came away from that. She just wanted to throw Ronnie under the bus because she got caught slipping. Period.
Exactly.
All right, y'all.
Demetra, can you stay up here with J Truth? Oh, J Truth. Go ahead. She hopped down. Go ahead, J Truth. What do you want to say?
What's up, Sugar Ray? I ain't want shit. I just want to tell you, You was uppercutting and cussing so good. You did your damn thing. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, like, shit. Yeah,
That was it. You was getting about 5 or 10 bitches up off you. I just had
that,
to come up and tell you that, Sugar Ray.
that's it, and that's all. You
That's
know,
it. That's all. And another thing, look, if you did mention home girl name over there, you grown as hell. So what, Ann?
but I get that too. But I didn't. That's the whole fact of the matter. I'm gonna bring Miss Cruiser up, J. Truth. Hold on one
Okay,
second. Let me
I'm
put my
I'm so
banner
damn
up.
bad. If she said it, and so what? Fuck you.
I have been
Yeah,
vindicated
what
of
you gonna do,
Hey, Miss
Ann?
all the
Cruiser.
accusations.
Thank you, Miss
Hello,
Cruiser.
hello. I
What's
feel
up, Cruiser?
vindicated of all the accusations that were brought
Excuse me one
against
second.
me.
Excuse me one second, Miss Cruiser. I'm gonna step
Mhm.
away. I can hear you, but just keep talking till I come back. All right? I can still
All
hear
right.
you though.
I'm listening. Go ahead, girlfriend.
Yes, hello, hello, everybody. Everybody, God bless America. It's so great to feel all the vindication that I'm feeling right now of all the accusations that were brought against me today. And I'm gonna tell
Uh-huh.
you something. If somebody go to a chat and see a
Mhm.
monkey and think about my ass and think they talking about me, you ain't gonna be my friend much longer. Cause somebody keep associating me with everything negative, everything unattractive, everything ugly. You cannot continue to be my friend. There is something wrong here. We need to have a conversation.
And listen, I'm not that damn available. You can't get me like that. Please leave me alone. I'm sorry. You just can't be my girlfriend if you come bother me all the damn time like that.
Right.
That's just
You know,
be cruiser.
I I keep fighting over your ass. And
I got things to do.
like, hold on, I'm looking for
Honestly,
my
I
Bluetooth
think
because
I'm
I
the
can't hear
stuff.
anything.
Can you hear me?
It may be me because I've been having problems hearing all day. So hold
Well,
on.
I just went to the gym. I'm doing my cool down now. But maybe I'm too grown and too other stuff.
I can hear
Listen,
both of you guys.
cast your woes on the Jesus, but I think I'm the stuff girl. Don't come to me talk about this and all this other stuff. Go to no. No, ma'am.
I can hear both of you guys. Can you hear me?
Cruiser, you don't left me.
Can you hear me, J. Truth?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, Cruiser may have a phone call. Sometimes she be getting phone calls, and
You
her
know,
sound drops out on her.
child, Cruise on that cricket playing. She be acting all bougie. She on cricket.
Uh-huh. No, it's
Tell them I
Friday
said
night.
it.
It's Friday night. She may have a little extra special call coming in right now. She ain't
Mm,
got time to chit chat with us.
yeah, that's
Cruiser.
probably what it is. But also put it out there. She on cricket. She got that cricket playing. I said
Y'all
it.
are roasting me.
Put that in the atmosphere. Cruiser on cricket.
Hold on.
I felt
Let me
vindicated.
finish this newbieology. Hold on.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, newbie. Okay. Go
All right.
ahead, newbie. Go ahead, Miss Cruiser. Go on and finish. Go on. Yeah.
Lord Newbie got her beige behind up here.
Oh, we can't be riding no light skins. What you doing up here, newbie?
Cash out me for some suntan lotion. Then I'll tell you.
Hey, newbie.
Hey,
But let me not make a joke because if I make a joke, then somebody will say that I'm not sensitive to colorism.
Hey, go ahead.
Just because I'm not, you know, just because it's not. I'm not bringing it up every time somebody say something. If somebody say black ass, it's got to be wrong. If somebody say monkey, your monkey ass, it's like every time, My Lord, let me go on mute. I'm listening.
Cruiser, I'm not sympathetic, so I don't know if you want to be around me. Shit.
But the thing about it is, yesterday on Pizarro's panel, at the end of her panel, you can go watch the end of her panel, where Face Yaya and Pizarro both said, "Well, I'm gonna call people what I want. If I feel like calling them a monkey, if I feel like calling them this, if I feel like calling them that, that's what I'm gonna call them." And then Nina didn't open her mouth, didn't say a peep. Pizarro said that she think that Truth Enterprise looked like a certain primate. Nina sat there and didn't open her mouth. Hold on, let me see if this is a view. So what do you
She do
Y'all
not
think about
care.
that?
I talked about my organization, how we help children, and especially our children. And she could not have cared less. She rushed the conversation and got to gossip or whatever. And I know that she's done that like twice before. So, I mean, I wasn't going off about her not advocating about helping our children. So, I don't give a damn about that girl. Whatever.
Real quick to Dimitri.
Exactly.
Dimitri, you can't get my goat today because you know what? Early today, I came real close to sending you a cash out. You cuss old girl out. So this weekend, you get a
Yes,
pass. You can call me anything you want. You can call me anything you want this weekend. It comes off on Tuesday though.
Hey, she ain't gonna get it though, Demetri, because she got the
Uh,
cricket phone. She got that.
you got the well,
Oh,
you
and
got to
one
be
more thing.
either.
I would never have an iPhone ever, ever.
It has to be either Monday or Wednesday. You take her off because you're gonna make a decision because you know Donald Trump is being arraigned on Tuesday. So there's that. No business is
I was
going to
just
be
about to
going
say
on
that snack.
Tuesday.
Send
Okay.
it to
Hell, she might get a if he getting a rain on Tuesday, she might get a pass the next week.
send it to me, Cruz.
Hey, View, what's going on?
Oh,
Oh,
nothing much.
Newbie, you were next. What's going on?
Okay, I wanted to go ahead.
Okay, hey, go ahead, baby.
I just wanted to clear something up real quick that I saw in the chat, and I appreciate everybody's kind words. It's kind of like y'all think I'm a little fragile, and I'm not. I don't argue with people because one, a lot of stuff just don't get to me. I have heard it all. Like, you got to be good to come up with something that's really going to penetrate and make me feel it. You know, I was raised by men. I'm the youngest of a whole bunch of boys that used to roast me to death. So you know what I'm saying? I'm out of my skin is not that thin. But what I wanted to clear up is the initial albino comment was not made on Carrie's the other night. I brought it up as a point of reference to the question that I had, but somehow we got stagnated on who was right and who was wrong, and you shaded me, and that's why I know, and that wasn't my point. That it actually happened, I think, over a year ago in Pizarro's chat. Pizarro had went on mute, and when she came back, one of her moderators asked something, and she was like, "We talked about that. Where were you at?" And I made the comment, "Your moderators sometimes leave when certain people hit the panel," because I had seen them say it 1,000 times. And actually, I was referring to Nina and Dory. And that's what she perceived as shade. And that's when she struck back and typed albino jokes. How cute. Prior to that, I had never said a word about her, never joined in a conversation, but she took that as shade. And that's why I got called an albino, which is pretty typical. I get that a lot. She's not the first person that called me that. I'm sure she won't be the last, but that's when it happened and why it happened. And I brought it up because I wanted to ask her something, and I thought that we were at a place where, remember, we had a misunderstanding. You thought I was shading you. Maybe this person, that's where I was going with it. Maybe that person wasn't shading you. You just felt attacked because a lot of people have a lot to say about you. You threw me in a bunch with people that were talking about you when I was not guilty of that. And that was the point I was trying to make, but we couldn't get there. We got stuck on, you were shading me, and that's what happened.
Yeah, can't let it go. Gotta be right. But when she's 100% wrong, hey, View, what's going on?
Hey, I came over here to drag Newbie.
Uh-oh.
I want to know why is she over here passing in the black community as a light-skinned and seasoned albino? I'm taking offense to that shit. And who the hell? And you just told the story how you got that name, because I was like, I know damn well ain't nobody over here calling you no damn albino. These people are crazy.
Yeah.
So, may I make a comment, Miss Newbie?
Absolutely.
I never saw you as weak. I see you quite different, especially how you handled that Brian situation. Weak people are fragile at all. You know how to navigate through emotional and mental situations and bounce back quite well. So that's just my opinion. And it seems to me you don't take things on personally. And over there, Host with Heart, and I was talking to Randy Q about how you were able, to carry that conversation and
Mhm.
listen. But Nina, to me, she reminds me of my nieces, but they're adolescents. They're
Mhm.
teenage years. They're supposed to be there, you know what I'm saying, mentally, because they're still growing.
Right.
Uh, she just could not have that conversation when she felt when her idea or when she felt struck or convicted, she goes on immediately personal attacks. Let
Mhm.
somebody that's a full adult that's in control of their emotions, they know how to reflect and do that.
Right.
So what we saying, you don't attack people just because the way that you feel is I don't know, someone has a different feeling or opinion, you don't go after people. So it
Right.
kind of struck us like for somebody to come at you like that, it's like, well, what the hell?
Right.
You
And
kind
I
of have a
can't believe
peaceful way about you. So no,
she does.
you're not fragile. You're kind of strong in that sense, like your
She's
emotional
very
strength.
strong.
You
Yeah,
have
she's very
emotional strength.
strong and very positive. And the fact that anybody could even throw that out here, that tells you that there's a lack of a whole lot of things. And the fact that we're talking about colorism in 2023 amazes me. This whole light skin, dark skin thing, it should have been over with a long time ago. But for somebody to come out and pull albino out, trying to drag somebody,
Oh my
like,
God.
girl, they really reaching.
It's a
Yeah,
conversation to be had and brought up, but child, we all black people here.
I
I'm
asked
glad
and
her
you
then when
today.
I
didn't.
was
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't take offense, and I'm glad you're strong, Miss Newbie, and you know what these ignorant people are serving out here. Cause I love you, baby. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. I got something
Thank
to
you. I
do.
love you too.
Bye,
Okay,
All
bye
right.
bye,
View.
Have
y'all.
a good
go
one,
ahead,
View.
Okay, thank you.
go ahead, Miss Cruiser.
I
You
asked her
asked
today,
today.
what's the resolution? Oh, well, I didn't use the word resolution. I asked her, I said, when people say stuff and they have, because she's always say it's the intent. It's not a matter of you need to be mad because somebody call you black. It's intent. Okay, so when they have bad intent, and they say, what should I do other than get mad, fight, cuss? She never have a resolution. There's never what do we do other than be divided? Within the black community, within the black race, I should say, division is the only solution I ever see that she offers. Be mad,
And
fight back.
that and
Not
that's
let's teach our children that they're beautiful. Let's teach ourselves that we're beautiful. That if there's nothing wrong with being black. And every time I say that, the Miss O take it as me downgrading or saying something low about colorism or dismissing colorism when actually what I'm trying to do is offer a solution to it.
mhm.
Let's
And see
stop being
that's
ashamed
the
of things. Let's stop identifying with, they say monkey. I don't identify with monkey. What am I be mad about that for?
yeah. She read you down when you said you always trying to be little and act like. Well, I see the thing of the matter is that is the interesting part of the whole conversation right there. Because why is Nina here? Is Nina here just to stir up division and to act as if she is some great champion of any type of black cause when all she does is run around, lie, and try to start divisions and try to start BS on people, try to malign people with a whole bunch of lies to have other people looking at them in ways for no reason based on nothing but lies that are coming out of Nina's head. So, I definitely wasn't going to do no live about it, but she has gone on. This live happened over 6 days ago, and she is still going on creating these lies, these false narratives that you and I did so much to her to try to, make an excuse for the behavior that she has been presenting out here. So like go fuck your husband. Let your husband fuck your face, and like she told you, oh, like
Girl.
that's why you be having your legs swinging in the air, and like, excuse me, and you think somebody is taking you seriously at this point? Are you,
But she,
you really
but she said
think
those
that
things
you're
don't
impressing
affect us
someone?
universally because colorism is a universal thing, and the things that
And
she say don't affect us universally. We not women universally?
universally, like, and why is your
Bullshit.
argument in the
That's
gutter?
some bullshit.
She shows how you cannot take her seriously when that is her retort to actual facts or an actual conversation. And this is what she has to come back with. You
Yo,
can't
so
take this person seriously. So why is she here?
so Rainy,
Yes.
did you hear that whole rant she went on last night? And she does this quite a lot. In which I'm like, why y'all not catching this? I call it her pound cake speech. Do you remember when Bill Cosby did in the NAACP? He gave his pound cake speech to black people. I'm
No, I
asking.
didn't hear that.
This was
I didn't
long.
hear that.
Miss Cruiser, do you remember that
Oh,
speech?
Ask again. I'm sorry, I
I
didn't hear.
remember the Bill Cosby.
Do you remember
The
that
Bill
speech that Bill
Cosby.
Cosby delivered to the NAACP? That pound cake speech he delivered like to the whole black nation. They had all the black people like offended. They said that he was getting too self-righteous. I mean, if you
Yeah, it was a few times. I was trying to think of which because it was a couple of times that Bill Cosby addressed the black folks and offended them. But yeah, yeah.
Oh,
but
the
listen,
pull your pants up. The pull your
yeah,
pants up thing.
listen, well, check this out, right? So when he did it, for one, I feel like then yeah, too much, but still, he African American brother. He don't put black kids in school, all this other stuff. We may not want to hear it, but the brother was right. I check it. I call Nina. That's her giving her pound cake speech. This bitch goes off and she like, "What's wrong with you? I can't help you guys if you don't have any pride. I can't help you guys if you all want to center white people. I have never in my entire you didn't hear that shit. She went off on Pizarro chat. I'm like,
She
hey man,
Yeah, she was saying that too. She called herself saying that to me, but Cruiser had made the statement. Then she goes into this, oh, and I can't help it if you're centered around white people, because Miss Cruiser made this statement that, and because she told Miss Cruiser, well, why don't you go travel? And then Miss Cruiser said, if I take
girl,
a cruise, they're gonna be there. If I get on a plane, white people gonna be there. It's not my fault you guys center yourself around white people and you guys think white people. And she's talking to me, but Miss Cruiser was the one who said it because she's an idiot. She doesn't even know who said what. And yeah, I remember that now that you bring it up.
she said this shit. Oh my god, I just want to say so many times in my career. Uh, see, she don't have to deal with the stuff that we have to deal with, especially competing in our jobs, in our careers, or just that's the stuff it reminds me of, the microaggressions that we have to deal with. And girl, I'm like, and y'all niggas really let this hoe get away with this. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
it's
I don't understand
amazing.
why they don't.
I don't get it at all.
You could never step to me. You could never sit at my table. You could never it's many times me. I had a director like that. Uh, child, please. That's what I'm like,
Tim
are
Noor,
y'all
you're right. Radical aggression is her new word.
radical? Oh, she said no. She actually said radical acceptance. I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad you're seeing a counselor. I'm glad you're seeing a therapist. That they telling you to radical accept things. Radical accept that you're a bitch. Uh, this Karen, she reminds me of a child. She behaves like a child, so I treat her like a child. I don't want to deal with her. So I'm like, y'all actually, that's okay with y'all. I know this is the internet, but fuck that bitch. What's wrong with y'all? So she
Yeah,
here to teach us.
it's just the rewriting and the blaming others, and to think that she can just come out and say anything. See, because it's not what you say, it's what you can prove. And everything that she said, I have proven to be a lie. And that's period, point blank. That's it, and that's all. I'm done with Nina and D Miss O. Have at it. Do what you need to do. Be you, but I'm good on you as well.
Yeah, if I got to ride like that, I can't ride like that. And I don't ride no way. She was like, riding for me. I don't ride for people. I drive, and
I drive and fly.
and the other thing
When
is this
time
new
to
thing
go,
of
it's time to go. Because when
yeah,
it's time to
and
go,
the
it's
new
time to go.
and another thing is that I noticed that she go into Karen mode. She said, "I'm just gonna keep messing with y'all and picking at y'all because I know it get under their skin."
She
Okay,
stay
so
in
now
care
that because
mode,
that
girl.
don't work, then now is y'all are antagonizing me.
Mm-hmm.
They're antagonizing me. They attacked me.
She's
Like,
always
girl, if you don't get your Karen
stay in
ass
care
out of
mode.
here.
She stays there though. When you think about it, though, Miss Cruiser. She's always
Always.
attacked. She's always attacked. She's always in somebody's business, like Karen. She always pokes pride and invades people fucking space and boundaries. And if somebody comes at her with just a little bit, just a little bit of question or something, she just, you can hear it all in her voice. She's fucking offended.
She'll actually scream and squeal. It's just, I just wanted to make sure that the actual facts of what has been going on with her and all of this positioning themselves to be a victim is like out of the door because I'm not standing for that. And it's a whole lot of BS has been going on. And that last clip that I paid a cruiser, Miss Cruiser was like, I was like surprised when I got to it. I was looking for it. And when Miss Cruiser like, hey, this is a bunch of bullshit. I was like, what? What? You got the church lady like done and through with this craziness? But I agree with you guys. So if you guys have any last words that you want to add before you guys step down, I'm gonna get off of here. And I said all I have to say about the whole situation. Bitch, you can talk about what I sit up and crochet and my patio and all this shit. Bitch, that doesn't have anything to do. And all it is trying to deflect from you getting red for the facts of your life and being butthurt over it. Baby, the only thing you can create is some turds in the toilet. So that part.
Nothing.
You did a good job, Ronnie Q, finding the receipts, proving all that stuff that she said was incorrect. She's a liar. It's been proven. And it was one other thing. Oh, and I learned how to cuss real good from the Kojic Church. God bless America. Y'all have a good night.
Amen, Sister Cruiser. Amen. J Truth, do you want to have any last words?
No, Sugar Ray, you knocked it out the park. You did that. And I still wear my long skirts and slip from the coat because my booty big and it jiggles. So,
oh my goodness.
Amen. Love
I ain't
y'all.
mad at you. All right, bye, Miss Cruiser. Thank you. Bye, J Truth. Thank you for coming up. Nubiology, any last
I'm really, just like I said, I was coming to clear that up because I don't have a dog in this fight. I have to care first. But the spirit is moving me to share something with y'all that I adopted as a life lesson. I do not get mad at dogs for barking, get mad at cats for meowing, or deaf men for not hearing me. Y'all have a good day.
All right. Thank you, Nubiology. I appreciate you coming up.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And Demetria, I want to thank you for coming up. The other gentleman, Sam. No, Sam. I'm sorry. What was the gentleman? Mike. Mike, I want to thank you for coming up. And it was one more person who came up. Can somebody remind me who the other person who came up? Please forgive me. I don't want to. A view is a view. Thank you for coming up. And it seemed like it was one more person I'm missing. Excuse me. I always say I need to write this down, but there was one other person who came up on the panel, and I really thank you guys for participating. I dropped the lives. I dropped the links and the timestamps to these videos in here. Very Carey video. I dropped her link and the timestamp, and I dropped Heauxs with Heart video and timestamp. And now I'm going to drop Brianna Simone's video and the timestamps, and you can peruse these video at your leisure if you want to. Time only allowed me to play so much, but I want to thank those ladies for allowing me to use their videos as well. I really appreciate it. So let me drop Bree's video. 1 second, please. And please, if you would all hit the like, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me get back in the algorithm. And I thank you all. And if I got any cash apps, of course, my phone is not by me. So if I got any cash app, I would like to thank you in advance for that. And I think, I'm sorry. Here I come. Okay, here's Bree's channel. These are the lives that I played during these lives. And guys, go over there and check them out. And if you want, timestamp 1 hour 39 minutes. Okay. All right. So that's it. I thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the live. I appreciate you for coming. I did tell you guys that I was going to do a Jeopardy Beef Sector edition. It is so hard trying to think of hard questions to fill out all these dang on squares for this damn Jeopardy game. But we definitely are going to be playing the Jeopardy Beef Sector game for fun and prizes as soon as I fill out the board. Faith, Yaya, thank you for being here. UNC Girls Bad Weave, I really appreciate your help. And Very Carey, I also appreciate your help. And thank you, King. I don't know how to pronounce that. King Kyles. That's how I'm gonna say it. King Kyles. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I would definitely see you guys around on these YouTube streets as usual. You know how it is. You know what it gives. So, all right. Have a good day. I'm out. Bye-bye.
Take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it.
Demetra, thank you for coming up.
Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off
Mike
me. This
is coming up.
Brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last. Yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off.